Fox News alert: a federal grand jury has indicted the illegal immigrant acquitted in the death of Kate Steinle, indicted on immigration charges and gun charges. Less than a week ago, the not guilty verdict renewed a fiery debate on the status of sanctuary cities in America.
We got politicians that are putting their political ambitions, putting politics ahead of public safety. Let's talk about this case in San Francisco. These politicians knew he was a 7-time convicted felon, 4 of them narcotics-related manufacturing and sale. A 7-time convicted felon, been deported many times. We had notified them we wanted custody of him. Knowing all this, what do? They release him back in the street, and now a young lady's dead.
Claudia Cowan live in San Francisco with more today. Claudia, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. That's right. The U.S. Attorney's Office making sure that Jose Garcia Zarate stays locked up for as long as possible following his acquittal last week of murdering Kate Steinle on this San Francisco pier here back in 2015. The illegal immigrant and multiple felon now facing new federal immigration and weapons charges. Although he was acquitted of murder, manslaughter, and assault, the jury did find him guilty of being a felon in possession of a firearm, and he's scheduled to be sentenced next Thursday. But Zarate's lawyers say they'll ask the judge to dismiss that conviction, arguing he didn't know he had a gun in his hand until it fired. Zarate claims he found the gun wrapped in a T-shirt under a bench and that it accidentally fired when he picked it up. Meantime, the San Francisco district attorney is taking full responsibility for the verdict and his decision to file first-degree murder charges, which many thought was overreach given the evidence. DA George Gascon also took a swipe at the media's coverage of the case and at President Trump.
I'm saying we because I include myself. We need to use a little bit of discipline and not allow simply somebody that, a madman that is tweeting, dictate everything else that we do.
President Trump called the verdict disgraceful, and Zarate's lawyer, public defender Matt Gonzalez, also took issue with the president's constant tweeting about the controversial case. So after telling the jury to leave politics out of it, here we have both sides politicizing the case outside of the courtroom. At his sentencing hearing next week, Garcia Zarate could get up to 3 years in prison, but with credit for time already served, he probably won't be here for much longer. He will then be turned over to federal authorities, Bill, possibly serve more time and eventually be deported to Mexico for a 6th time.
Well,
Back to you.
Case continues. Claudia Cowan, thank you. Live in San Francisco.